This is a diagram of the various starts and finishes of a headline. I discussed previously about the lifeline, but the headline has many natural positions, the different ways it starts, and the different personalities that are involved in the various ways that the headline forms. I'll be going over that. Now, there are two factors with the headline. One is the mentality of the person, whether they're creative, whether they're practical, whether they're sensitive, whether they're independent. And another is whether they have a dual mentality, they have a double headline, and also in what directions the line of the head go, and how the headline attaches to begin with. Previously, I was talking about the different types of hands and what the planets that the fingers represent, and the lifeline, how it is the contains the Venus mount, and how it shows how much energy the person has. And I was talking about the deficiencies in the lifeline. Well, the headline too has its own propensities. Now I'm going to go over the thing slow but sure. In diagram one, it shows a detached headline. And a detached headline means that it's not hooked up to the headline, and it makes the person very, very independent. In diagram two, the headline and lifeline are actually attached. That means you're talking about a very careful, analytical person. So the difference between the two is one is detached, the next is attached. The third is where there's like a chain between the headline and the lifeline, and this area up here where it starts is called upper Mars, and because it's chained and it goes out into the hand from upper Mars, it's a Martian headline, as I call it, and it could have a lot to do with either the signs of Aries or Scorpio, and those born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th day of any month. When you see a Martian headline, it usually means that there was some kind of child illness and the person knows how to survive. Uh, and it comes off the lifeline in kind of a chain. Now, usually a chain shows a weakness, so that would indicate like an illness as a child. Now, in the fourth diagram, this is a practical headline. It's attached and it's very straight. Now, you could have a detached headline that's also straight, so that would make them practical. But the detached headline would definitely be more independent than the attached headline. The attached headline is extremely careful. Not that they're independent, but they're careful. They don't really act that aggressive. They don't really. They're more of a thinker, and not that they don't get things done, but they're not that forceful as it would be somebody with a detached headline. Then you have what they call a sloping headline. It goes into like almost a curve. That person is very creative and very sensitive. The straight headline tends to not be that sensitive, but the sloping headline is a sensitive headline. Then you have what they call a dual headline. It has branches, and it gives a person a dual mentality. One may be straight and the other may be curved. So those are the people that could be like a practical artist or whatever. Now, then there is the type of headline where some branches may go into what they call the line of intuition, which is on the Mount of Lunar. It's almost at the percussion side of the hand. If somebody was to give somebody a karate chop, that's where the Mount of Lunar is. It's actually on the side of the hand. And if the headline goes into the intuitive line, and you can actually see it. It's almost like the diagram, two lines going in opposite ways, making like a cup. And if the headline goes into that, it indicates that the person's very intuitive or clairvoyant. Now, to continue a little bit, if the headline starts up here under the Jupiter finger, it's called the Jupiterian headline. It makes the person a very, very proud person, and they have a lot of pride even in relationships. And they're also pride themselves that they know more than other people in certain cases. If the headline were to start under Saturn, it's a Saturnian headline. It makes the person very, in some ways, it could make them very selfish. They're usually not open to the way other people think. It could make them a little bit of an isolationist because Saturn likes privacy. Saturn's not as public as other signs. Now, Saturn is ruled by Capricorn and Aquarius, and those born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th day of the month. So a Saturnian headline would have one of those people in their life, where the Jupiterian headline would, pardon me, would have a Sagittarius and Pisces in their life in some way, and those born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th of any month. Now, if there was an island on the headline right under Jupiter, the index finger, it would indicate that a person has a lot of problems with their power and control over other people. Like I said, Napoleon had a very large Jupiter finger, and the island there would have mean a problem due to the way they act towards other people, as far as being bossy or trying to be in control. Now, an island on the headline under the Saturn finger, which is the middle finger, would also mean that somebody with one of the Saturn traits, which is Capricorn or Aquarius, or somebody born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th, would tend to give them some worry or concern. Because when you get an island on the headline, it indicates worry. So somebody could be worried or bothered by power, and somebody with a Jupiter uh, attributes, which is Sagittarius or Pisces, and 3, 12, 21, or 30th day of the month. Now, uh, an island under Apollo, which is the ring finger, means they could be worried about somebody born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th of a month, and also could cause them a worry too, and be worrisome to them. And August or a Leo person, as well as February or Aquarius, and uh, and the Apollo is of course the first house of the sun, but under Apollo, sometimes people have problems with their eyes, which is a physical problem, and you'd have to check the lifeline. If at the same point in the lifeline you see a problem, and there's also an island on the headline, it means it's a physical problem to their health. So you always have to check the headline. Now, if you found an island on the headline under the pinky, which is Mercury, it would affect a June or Gemini person. Could affect you in a negative way or be a problem, and also a September, a Virgo person, as well as somebody born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd day of the month. Again, always check the lifeline to see if it's something physical. But other than that, when somebody has an island under Mercury, a lot of times somebody like that has a speech impediment. They may stutter or have a problem with communication, not be shy or something like that. So these are some of the concepts of the headline, and it's the second study, the second major line of the hymn. The first was the life